So as often is the case, I do apologise in advance. I'm with our friend here, and yeah, I'm very pleased to say that it all seems to have blown over, as in Speakers Corner's back to normal. I had a really nice discussion. I better turn my live chat on, really, that helps. So I spoke for a long time with Josh, who some of you may know from his debates with Paperboy. I enjoyed that. I learned some things that I didn't know, and I'm going to look into more. So yeah, I don't know if Ben has any, apart from, I don't know if he wants to discuss what he was talking about. Hi, TJ. It's nice to see you. It's also nice to see you if you're the same TJ, but even if you're not the one that I know from Discord, obviously you're all welcome on Discord. You're right. God bless you, Akshay. I always have to check. I think I might just call you John from now on, Akshay. Right, so I don't know if Ben is going to actually speak or he's uncharacteristically silent, which is ominous, really. It could be an end time sign or omen. But yeah, so I'll get back to my debate with Josh, like a spoiler alert kind of preview. But here's Ben, who won't be looking a lot at the camera. We are in traffic, so it's fine.
Yeah, so I had a debate with a Muslim called Hassan. We debated on the topic of the deity of Christ. He made many claims such as, I've read the Bible and I know the Bible. So I then asked him, okay, what does John chapter 5 say? He then stuttered and mumbled and he didn't have a clue. So he was one of these guys. He would make big claims to, he was talking to an Irish guy, and they had a bit of a shouting match. So I said, okay, why don't we have a civilized discussion? And he made many claims like he knows the Bible, he reads the Bible. He even said that John 5 says that Jesus said he's not God. So I went to John 5 to prove the deity of Christ. I said, okay, so this is what Jesus says. Honor me the way you honor the Father. How do we honor the Father? Through our worship, through our prayer. We see this in John 14. We see this in Acts chapter 7, where Jesus is prayed to. I then said, how do you interpret this passage? He then said, well, I believe Muhammad is a prophet. I said, that's a really good answer, but what do you say about John chapter 5? And he had no good answer whatsoever.
Right, on that bombshell, please get your hands on the wheel, says Man Like H. We're not moving at the moment, so it's all right. He's just doing the Macarena while we wait. So let me, I don't know why the live chat disappears all the time. Don't get scared anyway, Man Like H. If you're a Christian, obviously cast your anxieties onto the Lord. So I was speaking, I don't think I actually knew this. I was speaking to Josh, the Jewish boy, and he was telling me that there are two prophesied messiahs in Jewish tradition, one and the other one sounded more like Jesus, to be fair, and they have quite specific genealogies, as in one will be the seed of Joseph through, I can't remember now, Isaac, maybe something like that. The other one, the seed of David. So I was asking him about Jesus, how that related, and then we got to the end of that. Then I said, have you got any questions about Christianity? And he was quite gracious and asked some questions and listened to the answers. Then we got into this whole other thing, but it was about an hour and a half I was speaking to him. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I prefer to speak with people who are actually already on board with the whole God thing, although he was slightly little bit condescending about Christians, but meh. We'll bring him around, not to worry. The Holy Spirit is on the move, as per usual. So, live chat would be lovely on my screen. Has anyone got any comments, questions, subjects that they would like discussed? I appreciate it, is Ben, but I didn't do any persecution vids. I'm really quite ticked off with myself about that. But because of this weird protest that Indian people were having against farmland being stolen throughout central London, it took us a long time to get here, and then it's absolutely brass monkeys out. So
explain what that means. No one knows
means
what that
very
means.
cold. It's taters, which is rhyming slang for taters in the potatoes in the mould. Cole. I'm going to call you Cole. So Cole is also there. Hello, lovey. Right. Any subjects, show on, that you would I don't know, any positions you want clarified or any things that you are...
That's just simply slang for cold weather. So Kay often uses this type of language because she has the etiquette of an ape and the decorum of a water buffalo.
This is the way you know he loves me, and for some reason he believes, similar to primary school boys, that this kind of like nudging and poking. I mean, obviously he says it all with the love of Christ in his heart, I guess. But yes, same here. So people know what I'm saying. I don't need an interpreter. I think that's a soft form of prejudice to assume that people don't understand Londoners just because he's an Essex boy. I mean, it's pretty sad, really. So, yes. Right, so what shall we chat about? I'm going to go with big up Jesus, obviously. But if you all want to talk about something different, like just let me know, really. I'm open to suggestion. Because, yeah, if anyone knows anything about the Talmud or the two messiahs, that would be great. Also, I've been told that in Judaic tradition, okay, the only way is not Essex. No, the only way is Jesus Christ. You might have heard about it in the Bible.
Can I also just say that TV programme, The Only Way is Essex, is a total farce. No one in Essex is like that apart from those people. It's just not true.
So they just scoured the streets for these kinds of, bless them. But no, not really. So yeah, I don't know what you want to chat about. But yeah, okay, so yeah, so there's two messiahs apparently. And also in the Judaic tradition, I've been assured by a Jew, although they do love a little dispute among themselves, or a debate as it were, that it wasn't Satan in the garden, it was just a serpent who had legs and could talk. And yeah, that Adam willingly... I have a question for you. Man Like H says, are you friends with Joey Essex?
No, I'm not. No.
Excellent. Okay. There you go. See, you ask, I deliver, as it were. Right. I don't know. Okay, right. So I'm going to chat about... I mean, I could... Give me some ideas, peeps. Like, I could talk... Oh, I should have shared the link. You should share the link.
I'm driving.
Shit. No, he's not. We're sitting in traffic. He's such a fibber. Lake of Fire is what I want to chat about. And all liars having their part in it. But now you will need to move forward. Yeah, so... farmers in... So that's bizarre, hearing myself coming back at me. Thank you. It's my mate Luke. He's the Scarlet Pimpernel because he's like many hours in the past, as it were. He's a time traveller. So yeah, Luke, have you got any topics that you wouldn't mind me spitballing on? Or Ben, sorry again, apologies. Or like, do you want to bring any polemics, anything really? We were chatting with Bloodfire and JC afterwards, talking about the ontological argument. I mean, you can imagine the fun we have when we all get together. We were discussing some atheist stuff. I'm all right with atheists. I mean, I think potentially there is an argument to be said that Muslims already believe in a God, and in that respect they're easier to polemicize or to do apologetics with. But I think it's such a contrary position to the true God that that can be problematic, and they rely on attacking the Bible to defend something that's indefensible, really. I'm just babbling, so I'm going to pass over to Ben again, but I am going to put the comments on the screen in case anyone's fingers fall out and they fancy typing a question or a comment. So Ben, chat shizzle for a minute, love.
Okay, so I am driving slowly because there's loads of traffic. Kay, show them the traffic.
Okay, there you go.
This is what we deal with every single Sunday.
Oh, there's an angel on top. I don't know if you can see that. No, not now. You can't because of the cab. That's the Ritz. So in the song Putting on the Ritz, that is the Ritz right there. That's a London bus. That's a London black cab. That's an Essex boy. So, and this is me. Yay. So, still no questions. Hello, E. It's very like speedy way of identifying yourself. Just boom, straight in, no complications, no Freya Choliag. By grace through faith. I love that name. Blessings. Was the park busy today? I might meet you next Sunday. I just exposed you and like semi-doxed you. I'm gonna No, I don't, man. Like H, I'm a free child of God, as it were. Do I help you with a congestion charge? All right. So back to who was the one who said it? Oh, by faith. Oh, I can't remember it now. Through grace. No, by grace. Yeah. So I'm live again. The police were all right. There was no. I was kind of advised that there might be a few problems, but it was absolutely fine. Christmas, John, as I'm going to call you now. So Christmas, I'll be spending it with family. I always do. Slightly rotating, different family, always the same core, like as in my mum and my nan and people like that. But some of my siblings have their own like family commitments, sort of alternate between their in-laws and their parents. So that's that. What are you doing for Christmas, Ben?
I'm just going to spend it with my family.
He'll be waiting for Santa like a good boy. Are you putting out mince pies?
Yeah, for me.
Carrots for the
me.
reindeers? Okay. No, right, so live chat has disappeared. That's lovely, Silver LTC. I think that
What's that?
he says love to all, including anyone who thinks Jesus is just a prophet. Well, the thing is, everyone's entitled to be wrong, as we know, just by Ben's example. And also, just look at these decorations for 1 second. That angel, they're very pretty. I do like the West End. Anyway, so where was I? LTC. Yeah, that's lovely. We have to pray for our for everybody. We have to love them. That is that love encompasses the entirety of the law. So that's handy, because then you don't have to worry about pork and tassels on your outfit. Who's in the back seat? Nobody. There's a coat and some camera equipment. It's nobody, unless you're trying to freak me out. No, there is no one hiding in the back seat. So
Speaking of camera equipment,
here we go.
I have 2 videos, God willing, I will be posting this week. Today I had a debate with that Hassan guy. I will be posting that, God willing, sometime during the week. And also I recorded for Hatton today a discussion she had. So I'll be posting that sometime also.
Deus Vult, etc. Oh, right, thank you, E, because otherwise I did turn around, so you made me look, as it were. Right, okay, so I'm just going to start. What have I been thinking about recently? Persecution. So what I'd like to say is that I think really important, like a really important part of the prayers around persecution, even though it's foretold and it's guaranteed, actually, it's assured that anyone who lives a godly life, according to the New Testament, will, once I reconnect. But yeah, so a very important part of prayers around the subject of persecution is for the persecutors. Like, I'd really love it if you could pray for Boko Haram and ISWAP, Al Qaeda, ISIS, Daesh. Wow, there's too many of them. Al Shabaab, some governments who seem to acquiesce to this sort of thing. India is really poor at the moment in terms of persecution. North Korea is also constantly, China is making semi-positive noises. In the Indian government, or I believe maybe Pakistan is set up a commission to look into forced marriages and conversions, although I'm not very confident of their integrity within that, although please God I'm wrong. So please pray for all of them individually. I don't mean the actual citizens, I mean like those organisations. Any new Christians in the park? So there are, hello, the roast, darling. Yes, so there are Christians who show up sporadically. There were definitely hardly any Dawa people in the park. That's not your question, I understand that. Yahya was there. I love him and everything, but like on his own, it's not enough really. So new Christians, there are, like I say, there are sporadic influx of new people. I did meet a new Christian lady. I was introduced to her she's not a new Christian though, she's just a Christian who's new to the park. So yeah, we get many people actually. We get some who leave Islam but don't want it publicized, and some of them come to Christ eventually. I have a woolly hat, man, like H says. He warned me to buy a helmet when I get in the car with you. I have a woolly hat. It isn't got shock absorbers, although I've got a pretty hard skull. Now, he's a decent, I wouldn't say good, he's a decent driver. Like, it's just, he's got into some bad habits as drivers who have had their tests like for a long time often do. I mean, I'm speaking as a non-driver, so, but yeah, like the hands off the wheel and the sort of steering with your knees and the wait for the tickets to just roll in. But yeah, let me get the live chat back on again, because otherwise I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. It's a bit bulletproof beanie hat. I'm gonna just cast my anxieties onto the Lord when it comes to that, and fear not, as it were. Thanks for that live update. I don't know how good my microphone is, but yeah. Oh, there's some police officers.
The authorities.
Wow, the representatives of the constabulary, as it were. Right. So, subject matter. Where was I? Persecution. Pray for the persecutors. Good news. Yep, Pakistan is holding this commission. Bad news. Every 6 minutes, a Christian is murdered somewhere on the planet, just solely for confessing Christ, which is pretty poor. Ben's hand is always available to wave in front of the camera. It's very, very cold in London at the moment. I'm a good talker, gift of the gab and that, but I mean, throw me a bone and let me know what you would like me to speak about. Any questions, any comments, any wild accusations, any controversy, anything. We're almost up to Nelson's column, so I'll turn the camera around probably. Yeah, there's no questions. People just can't be bothered to type at the moment. Like, God bless you and that. So yeah, we're just passing Canada House and the National Gallery. Oh, see you later, lovey. That's Nelson's in the dark, but that plinth is like, why?
Do you see that cherry thing, the ice cream with the cherry on top? That, my dear friends, is what we call a total waste
of taxpayer money. I knew it. He says just like my dad.
It's a disgusting monstrosity.
Okay, let's not get carried away. But yeah, it's pretty pointless. No, Silver LTC. I've been not concerned, but I've been thinking about Takia Watch as well, Simon. And yeah, he hasn't responded to me on Skype. He hasn't been around on another platform that I use. He did say that he was taking a planned break, so that's reassuring. But I think it was only supposed to be a month or so, and it was a good few months ago now. So if anyone does know that Simon is all right, that would be lovely if you could pass on the message, and I'll let everybody else know. But no, as of right now, he hasn't responded. Like, you know, we're all right with each other. We communicate, or we did. But he said he was having a complete break from social media, but the time scale he gave was a little bit different. And it's not that I don't like trust Christ at all. It's just that it's nice when people get threatened and like, you know, unfairly treated by YouTube and stuff like that. It's nice to hear from them, just to have a little catch up, I guess, and to see what they're doing in the world of polemicism. Will Ben debate a deal? Many in the Muslim community have turned on a deal he's done out here. When you say turned, I mean, were they with him in the first place? But Ben, you can answer this question.
I tried to, and because what basically happened was I asked him if he would like a debate. He said he wants to debate Bob. He'll get back to me.
The insults are flying.
But Bob wasn't even there. So I said, okay, let's debate. So he made some excuses. There's actually a video on my channel, Bible Outreach, if you want to check it out. Basically, I approached him and he said no, basically, in a roundabout way. Allowed to debate him. I turn around and he's trying to debate a Christian sister who was telling him that she doesn't want to debate. So then I said, why don't you debate me then? You're trying to debate her. Why don't we have a debate? And he then said, you need to reply to my email. He did not email me in the first place to reply to. So
plus you were in front of his face.
Exactly. So how can I reply to an email I haven't had? And secondly, I'm standing there in front of the man and he's saying, before we debate, reply to my email, which was a bit silly. So to be honest with you, I don't think it's really a debate worth having, because he doesn't.
He's not got much to say, and like you say,
he doesn't seem to know much.
The Muslims are like, bro, you're embarrassing. Please stop trying to defend Muhammad.
To be honest with you, he doesn't seem to know enough to have a debate. So I'm not like, I'm not big-headed or anything like that, but I think it would be a bit unfair, if that makes sense.
You heard it here first.
You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, sometimes, like with all the best will in the world, like there is no such thing, I guess, as a stupid question. I mean, there is such a thing as a stupid questioner, but even if it's for educational purposes, so you can still, like Romans 8:28. I mean, we know that even from debating like puerile and like facile subject matter, you can still have edification come out of that. Check your spam folder. What have you been commenting, lovey? Okay, tell Ben a joke. Oh, tell Ben a joke. I don't know if you've already put tell Ben a joke.
Show me.
No, it just says tell.
If he wants to have like a chat, I don't mind having a discussion, but I don't think a debate would really be fruitful with him, because I think that he doesn't really know the Bible well enough or Christology well enough to even have this kind of discussion. So look, I don't dislike the guy, I just don't think it's really worth much time.
Okay, and I'd like to say that when I was when I was talking with Yakub that time, he really did his best to be irritating. I mean, I do it naturally, I don't have to try. But yeah, he's it's not all like genuine. You know, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Adil, I think that some of it is attention seeking. Cherokee, yay, you made it. I'm so pleased. There's Cherokee Gypsy from Discord. Everyone's welcome on Discord, by the way. The link is in some other kind of case I film video description. What kind of disease, oh, this is the joke. What kind of disease is so deadly you have to take a test to know you have it? What kind of this is not the joke. What kind of vaccine is so safe you have to be forced to take it? And that's from, oh gosh, my glasses, Ivana's son, I think. Ivan's son or Ivana's son. Okay, so my answer to that is I wouldn't take this vaccine if you paid me cash money. I think that even the medical community are divided as to the benefits and the efficacy and the ethics of rolling out a vaccine that hasn't had any 10-year study, hasn't had any like possible ramifications for the children of pregnant women who may take it. I mean, it's all very well trying to test things out on the elderly because they don't have a future that, like, you know, being realistic, a 20-year maybe future if they're like 80 something years old, in which you can say, well, these were the results of that thing. Plus the fact that the polio vaccine is the cause of any polio in the West. The flu jab, you know, in some people they develop the flu. That's just the way inoculations work. I don't want to be injected with any sort of nonsense. Yeah, and I just won't take it because I'm not like a JW or anything, literally I'm not. But it's not that I won't resort to medicine if I don't have to, but something that's untested on an illness or a virus rather that is undocumented prior to last year, even though there are some theories, and I won't call them conspiracy theories because I have no reason to say they're conspiracy. Silver LTC, what are your thoughts on Islamic prophets having Yah in their name, like as in Yahya John, Ilyas, in brackets Elijah, etc.? Is Allah most likely the moon god Hubal, as it states in Quran 53:19-20? So I don't know that that ayat that you're talking about. I've heard the argument about the moon god. I believe that the Allah. So the Allah of the Quran, I personally believe like to be the father of lies, the best deceiver, as it were. I think you all know what I'm saying. So his existence as a pagan, like pseudo deity, is irrelevant to me. But I know that Muhammad's like grandfather and father, like the Ibn Abdullah, sorry, I went off there. The Quran confirms, as I said in my live stream with Rob yesterday, in one place that Muhammad was the first Muslim, in another place that Abraham was the first Muslim, in another place that I think Adam was the first Muslim. There's a lot of firsts. So Allah obviously claims to be Yahweh, which is Twaddle. I think that the naming similarities with the real God, as in like Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, like as in angelic and godly names, I think that's probably coincidental, or the fact that Muhammad was all ears and Waraka was a transcriber. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so either Muhammad's parents were psychic, like, because they now ascribe that to be slave of Allah or slave of Allah, whichever you want. But how can you be a slave of a God who has yet to reveal his true name? And why would the one true God who I serve come with a different name? Because Muslim prophets, the 124,000 of them that Muhammad confirmed, and he's the last one, so where are the other 123,999 of them, apart from the 50 odd in the Old Testament? Yeah, where are these guys, and where is their book that they came with in the tongue only specific to the people that they came to? You know, are there more than 124,000 different languages on the earth, and tribes and nations of people? You know, like, these are questions that Muslims can't answer. They don't. The only thing I ever see is attacks on the Bible as a defense of the Quran, and that Allah confirmed. So I don't know how they're going against their own God, but they are allowed to lie, so that's great. Who was Muhammad praying to in that cave? His God, Allah. So he's answered his... Cole has answered their own question, but who do you think in the cave of Hira, what was going on?
Okay, so from my understanding, Muhammad was supposed to be meditating or something along those lines. See, I personally think Muhammad did have an experience, but I do not think it was a godly experience. I think it was something
Demonic.
A bit more menacing, let's say.
I'm going to go with demonic, but that's because I'm a straight shooter.
Yeah, I would say it was something a bit more menacing, personally. So I mean, from my understanding from the Islamic sources, we see that even he believed that this was some kind of possession or something along those lines. So if your first experience with this being that you encounter is that it's something demonic and someliness to it.
My answer, I think he was a pagan at the time. In fact, I know he was. He was a Qurayshi tribes member or whatever it is. And so he was just such a child. He was, he was out there doing his, like, whatever, worship, meditation, whatever the Muslims have turned it into now. No angel, no messenger of the one true God, no celestial messenger at least, comes and causes suicidal ideation and attempts in the... Do not be afraid, for I am an angel of the Lord. They ID themselves. They don't just command someone to read without a book or recite without any words.
This is something as well. When you see, for example, when you see the prophet Isaiah, when he sees the vision of God, what does he say? He says, I am a man with unclean lips, and he basically felt like he was going to die because he was in the presence of a holy God. Now, contrast that to Muhammad's experience. He did not have this view that it was this holy being.
He believed it himself to be demonic.
Exactly. So he didn't have this view, as Isaiah did, that this was a holy God. He had the view that this was something actually much less than that, in fact, menacing.
Also, without the intervention of Waraka or indeed Khadijah. I mean, the way in which Khadijah tested the spirit is pretty X-rated, but I'll just give you the family-friendly version. She said to him, sit on this knee, and when he sat on her knee, so he can't have been that big of a guy because she was elderly at that point. I've been told that he was quite short and fat, or in one of the hadiths he's accused of being like an obese dwarf-like guy. Anyway, so he sits on the one leg, and she says, can you still see this spirit? Yes, I can. Sit on the other leg. Can you still see the spirit? Yes, I can. Sit on my lap. Can you still see the spirit? Yes, I can. And then she uncovers her lady parts below the waist and says, can you still see the spirit? Now, aside from the fact that this could have distracted him because he's known to have liked the ladies, as it were, he then looks around and says, no, it's not here anymore. And therefore she concludes that it's an angel, because angels won't hang around with naked ladies like present, even though from the Bible we can see that women are advised to cover their hair in an effort to not be immodest in front of angels. That doesn't mean we are created in God's image and born naked. That's all there is to it. So and if angels truly do walk beside us, that includes if you were to wander onto a nudist beach, I suppose. I mean, I've never tested the theory, but yeah. As you just pass the Ritz, it says Jesus walks into the Ritz, throws 3 nails on the counter and says, can you put me up for the night?
That's blasphemy.
You're right, Chris. No, I know this guy. It's my problem for reading it. But why 3? All right, let's not get into it. 1 for the feet. Okay. Yeah. What was it? Oh, they're scraping me up. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I would have gone with the crackers version, but I see you beat me to it, as it were. Right. So, yeah, we're just near to the Tower London, where Traitors Gate and Tower Bridge, so that's over. Well, no, well, we're not gonna. Yeah, that way I think is the best option. Beautiful British heritage. Oh, soak it up, even though you're looking at me again. So yeah, one day maybe I'll do like a little tour guidey thing, even though I'm not that good at it. But yeah, let me put my live chat back on because we're nearly at the point where we stop this sort of stuff. The prophet Job didn't try to kill himself, and he had it far worse than Muhammad. That's a fact, Silver LTC. Job was clearly like distressed, and that was the point of the wager or the like dare that Satan threw out. I mean, that like as a child, that did trouble me, that story. I was like, what is Satan doing in heaven? How come God's just letting him walk around? But he is an angel, and you know, so, and the only reason I guess that he's able to I mean, it's analogous of, I think, God's sovereignty over all things. That Satan has dominion by the permission, not the approval, but the permission of God, who is sovereign. So, good point about being born naked. Oh, thanks. It's interesting that God created us to synthesize vitamin D by sunlight to our skin, yet Allah wants all women covered up. Allah doesn't actually. Abu Bakr advised Muhammad, and then very coincidentally, you'll agree, he got a divine revelation from Jibs. And that was at the point, I think the Kaaba at that point was like a trading slave market thing. And those women would be partially naked. Also, it was only an admonition for the Muslim women, for the believing women, because obviously the other ones needed their goods on display, as it were. But also, Mohammed would have seen the fashion sense. Sorry, I'm just tensing up slightly because of other drivers, not Ben. Right. Oh, hello, Villainous. Villainous, your comment, by the way, the other day got deleted, auto-deleted. I can see it in my notifications, but I don't know. It wasn't in my... Yeah, sure. It wasn't in my, what do you call it? In my to-be reviewed folders, so don't think that... I never delete comments, really. I don't know. The other one does, but it's closed anyway. So, yeah. So, basically, I've completely lost my train of thought because of... so, Mohammed would have certainly seen how the Jewesses dressed and how Christian women dressed and stuff. Speaking of Christian women, this morning in my Bible study, I'm looking at women in the church, early women in the church, and there's a girl called Ageria or Etheria, depending on how it's spelled, sometimes with an A at the beginning. She wrote, I'll try and actually put the link in the description. She went in the 4th century, she went to the Holy Land, and she wrote back to her other affluent friends of hers, just her holiday, basically, like what she saw, how, like the different feasts and how they were observed. And it's just really interesting, like her devotion to God and how it didn't stop her doing stuffs. So we're just waiting for a small petrol break, as it were. So yeah, I'll probably switch off soon. To be fair, I don't want to like expose you to Ben for too long. I suffer gladly in the cause of Christ for this reason. Right, so let me put my live chat shizzle back on. No, it just don't want to stay on my screen. There it is. Right, so yeah, that is YouTube, villainous soz. But I can't remember what you were asking. You were asking about persecution. How many Christians do, I think you were saying how many Christians persecute others, how many Hindus, how many. My calling, as it were, when I asked for a focus to God, he gave me Christian persecution, the persecution of Christians. So I don't tend to get into the persecution of Muslims or Hindus or anything like that. But if anyone, like I've said lots of times, I don't care who's persecuting my brothers and sisters. Like if it was your blood brother or sister, you wouldn't care either. You don't care who the bully is, you just want it to stop. So it is foretold and it is guaranteed that we will suffer. And if you don't suffer as a Christian, like my understanding is that you will suffer afterwards, because it says anyone who in Christ leads a godly life will be persecuted. And Christ tells us you will be hated. He doesn't say make them hate you. Obviously, Ben's trying. No, I'm joking. So you don't have to try. It's already, like Christ has already said so. Thank you very much, Dragana. That's very kind of you, and I hope God blesses you too. Well, I know he will if you are right with him, and how they are persecuted, I believe. See you later, Silver. Could you all, just as a favour to me, come onto Discord, please, onto SOCO Discord. It's free. There's no hidden charge apart from your internet, I guess, unless you already pay for that up front. So the link, you can go to any of my previous uploaded videos. No, that's a lie. Any of the recent ones, and the link is right there, above the Patreon link and below the bit that says comment and repent and pray and all of that stuff. And yeah, it'd be lovely to see you. I do lectures most evenings apart from Sundays, and then we have like a general chit chat afterwards. There's polemics and apologetics materials available. There's a persecution news feed. There's Christian news. There's debates, a lot of debates. We had an Orthodox and a Protestant debating the other day. It was lovely. Like, it ended really well. I kind of took over from the Protestant guy, because he wasn't used to like that much, like, you know, weird connections and stuff. Patriot 316. Hopefully that means you're on Discord. Oh, you are. I know that. I think I know that icon. I've got a feeling you sent me a picture when you cut your hair. I might be wrong. So yeah. So, as soon as Ben stops faffing, it does actually, Cherokee. Our server really rules, and Cherokee's there, and she will know as soon as she gets to our Bible study, because she's hours behind. She'll know the woman I'm referencing, Atheria, whatever her name is. Please remind me, Cherokee, to post the link, because what I did, I posted it in our Bible study. And yeah, I think it's really interesting. It's from the Christian Celestial Ethereal Library, or CCEL. They've got a transcription of her, basically postcards or letters home, as it were. I'm not even going to turn around for whatever that bang was, because I'm hard. Right, so come on, Benjamin. Just sitting in a petrol station with kind of dubious looking characters, but like I say, tough, Jesus rules, etc. All right, so now I'm at the point where I'm waffling, but I know Ben will just be like antsy if I sign off without him giving his valued opinion. You're locked out of Discord. Okay.
Sup.
When the Muslims and other non-Brits begin expanding from London and buying up farmland and such, will Brits take a stand and fight back? Is it Christian to take a stand? Okay, so yes, Christianity is not about laying down and having others. I mean, the turn the other cheek verse is not, like, it doesn't mean be a doormat. I don't think we've got that much farmland, as it were. Like, we have got many farms, but the dairy farmers are at least at a disadvantage already without the land being brought up. Developers are frequent, and you know, they're able to buy up land if they have enough money. We are definitely a capitalist society in Britain, and that's great. That allows us to have socialised healthcare. And farmers, I mean, if you just look at South Africa, what's happening to white farmers, their colour is irrelevant, apart from the fact, from the point of view of their murderers and the people taking their land, whether or not their land, you know, like, it doesn't matter. If someone's living on land at the moment and paying money towards it, then legally, at least in this country, their right is to reside there and not in fear of their life. So, sketchy petrol stations are the least of my thank you, Cherokee. Cherokee said, like, just basically watch yourself, sketchy petrol stations. But I mean, nobody's armed and dangerous, as it were. Miss American, bye. So yeah, nice hair though, love it. Ben, any fun? Like, I'm literally bunnying over here, so I mean, yeah, do you want to chat any shizzle before I drop out, because this is like 41 mins? and counting. So
Okay, so keep up to date with Kay's channel. If you haven't already, hit the notification bell
definitely.
on her channel. Sorry, Kay, I'm speaking. Hit the notification bell on her channel so you get a notification every single time she posts a new video. If you're subscribed to my channel, also do the same. Hit the bell because I've got some new videos coming up. I've got 2, God willing, this week, 2 debates coming up that I will post, both from Speaker's Corner today. So keep an eye out for those. SOCO Films, the main channel. If you haven't, hit the bell on their channel so you once again get notifications.
Wow, the whole time I was thinking of facetious things to say. I thought he was going to say hit the bell on Kay's channel so you know when to quickly log out of YouTube. But I know you were. It's so uncharacteristic that it took me by surprise. I feel quite touched. Yeah, the thing is, I know who you are. Like, basically, it tells me a percentage of who's got all notifications and who's even pressed the bell. So do it. What's the harm? It just makes the numbers look better. Yeah, everybody debate Ben. That's Cherokee. She knows that you literally challenge everyone.
Who else to debate me?
And if Christians don't stand up for the oppressed, who else will do it? If we are commissioned to love everyone, we absolutely are. Please debate Ben. Lol. Okay, so anyone, I mean, I was going to sign off, but anyone wants to talk twaddle with the Ben stuff, you're more than welcome, as it were, because this traffic is a bit thingy. Okay, Brother Ben, God bless you, brother. I'm going to take that as a debate challenge. Why does God bless you, Brother Ben? Why? Doesn't he know you?
Who said that?
Dragana.
Okay, Dragana, thank you, and God bless you too.
Oh, he's gone all public relations. I don't know what's going on. There's something bizarre going on. I tell you what I would like to start looking into and potentially debate other Christians about is assured salvation. No, seriously, I'm not even joking. Ben and I were discussing it on the way down. So yeah, I think that there are verses to support like 2 different positions, but I take to one because I believe it's more. Ben's channel is Bible Outreach. So as in Bible space outreach, one word. Also, it's someone called Ivan's son. My glasses are not on. It's either that or Ivana's son. I would like you also to subscribe to SOCO Studio, which is the backup channel for SOCO Films. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to speak to Rob Christian again soon. Ben and I are going to do a live stream at some point this week. We'll probably have a round table as well. I think I've got maybe vocab, Robert Spencer shortly again. I won't enjoy Speaker's Corner. You're such a time traveller. It's already happened. We're on the way back again. So yeah, and it just disconnected as you did it, but it caught you. Right, anyway, wow, some drivers, man. GTA is a thing around here. All right, God bless you and keep you, and I'll speak to you soon. All right. I enjoyed Bob's chat with Thaddeus yesterday. Thanks for that, villainous. All right, God bless you and keep you forever and ever. Amen. Bye-bye. How do I do this? Aha. Right, see you later. Bye.